Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lost Mine Pokemon Trading Card Game channel. It is I, Landonius. I am here with a Cynthia's, I guess it's just a Cynthia's Garchomp post-rotation deck profile. This deck is kind of competing with Lucario X for the title of like big, bad, fighting EX Pokemon. I'm kind of starting to think that Garchomp might be the better option though. Being a 2-prizer is a big deal, and Cynthia's power weight's kind of insane. So is the Gabit. We just kind of set up really easily with this deck. We put a lot of HP in the active, and we hit for a lot of the time one-shots, if not really good two-shots. We have really good access to boss in this deck, and just some really good damage modifiers. I'm pretty happy about it. Let's go ahead and start with 4 Gibble of the Cynthia's variety, 4 Cynthia's Gabit, 4 Cynthia's Garchomp EX. The biggest powerhouse, I think, in this deck is the Gabit. It's Champion's Call ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Cynthia's Pokemon and put it in your hand. So you say, for instance, you go like start Gibble, Poffin for 2 Gibble. You go next turn, Pokepad for Gabit, evolve. You use Champion's Call, get your next Gabit. Get Champion's Call, get your next Gabit. And then the third Gabit actually gets the Pokemon you want, usually like a Roserade or something. But this just going to set up your whole board. And then the next turn, they're just like all getting your whole setup. So by turn 3, you're basically always attacking if you didn't whiff your attachments. And you just kind of have whatever Pokemon you need for the whole game. You don't have a really good like onboard draw, but Garchomp EX here does kind of help address that. It's a 330 HP, huge Stage 2 EX Pokemon. Fighting type with a Corkscrew Drive attack, 100 for 1 fighting energy, draw to have 6 in your hand. So that can be, this is like your very best draw engine. It's a lot better than pre-rotation because you're less prone to getting Iono'd. These 6 cards are going to stick more often. But still, not being able to draw during your turn with like a Fez or something is pretty brutal. But 100 damage for 1 is a lot. And then 260 for 2 fighting energy, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Notably, this Pokemon is weak to grass and does have free retreat. The free retreat is super relevant, as all free retreat Pokemon usually will tell you. But one-shot attack with the second one, good solid 2-shot attack that sets up your hand with the first attack. This Pokemon is just really well statted. Plus, it also usually is going to have plus 70 HP, which is crazy. Next up, we have 3 Roselia and 3 Roserade. Cynthia's Roserade has a Cheer on to Glory ability. Attacks used by your Cynthia's Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active. They do stack. So if we do have all 3 of these in play, we're doing plus 90 damage. We're usually only going to have 2, so plus 60, but that pushes us to 160, which is 2-shotting most things with Garchomp. And then Draconic Buster is going to be hitting 320, so we can be one-shotting things like Dragapults. Not quite mirrors, but we can also be one-shotting basically any like basic Megas too, which is pretty awesome. Sometimes you can hit for like 70 with Gabite, sometimes you can hit for like 50, 80 with Gibble, but usually it's just for the Garchomp. Next up, our last Pokemon is the Cynthia's Spiritomb. This is our only real 1-prize attacker. We don't play any non-Cynthia's Pokemon because Champion's Call does not work with those, but 7 HP basic Dark type, Raging Curse, does 1 colorless 10 for each damage counter on all of your bench Cynthia's Pokemon, does not hit for weakness. So, for instance, say your Garchomp takes a big hit, it's free retreat, you switch to the bench, you hit with Raging Curse for as much damage as they did to you. Especially when this has a power weight, this has 400 HP, so this can just be like absolutely destroying whatever's in the active. It's pretty important for things like Crustle. It's your only way to kill it. If they do punch you with Crustle, you're weak to grass, it hits for 240, you're going to be able to one-shot them with 260. Pretty powerful. Sucks if they're playing something like Cerosic, though, they can stall you out. But Raging Curse here is going to do a lot of damage sometimes. It's nice to have a 1-price option to like offset the price trade. Moving on to trainers, we have 4 copies of Boss's Orders, 4 copies of Lily's Determination, 3 copies of Hilda, 2 copies of Judge. 4 boss here is fantastic. Fighting weak Pokemon such as Fez, Meowth EX are going to stand no chance to our Garchomp. We're able to boss, thin the hand down, drop to 6 again. Really powerful way to just chase down your prize cards. For Lily, we don't really need much explanation there. It's just our best draw supporter post-rotation. Hilda is quite powerful. Our ace spec of choice is going to be the Neo Upper to better attack with Draconic Buster, so this is going to be really good access to that. Also, just like hitting your Gabite turn 2 with Hilda is most of what you basically only need on your turn 2. Just finding your Gabite just sets up your whole board, so Hilda finding that plus an attachment is just pretty much the only thing you need that turn. And then since we can't play on first stamp because we're playing the Neo Upper, we do play 2 copies of Judge. We're not going to be super hurt by the hand disruption if we're able just to find a Gabite, because we can basically always just find the Corkscrew Drive the next turn and fill our hand back up, but this can really affect our opponents too. Between Judge and our new Fighting Energy, Special Energy, we're going to do pretty well into things like Alakazam as well. Next up for items, we have 4 copies of Pokepad, 4 copies of Buddy Buddy Poffin, 4 copies of Fighting Gong. Like I said, this deck is fantastically consistent. I love it. You just get some Gabites out turn 1 with your Gongs, your Pokepads, your Poffins, and then Pokepad plus Hilda will find your Gabite for turn 2. Getting to play 12 item Ball Search plus 3 Hilda, 4 Lilies, this just feels fantastic. This deck just sets up super well. 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Switch is the rest of our items here. Night Stretcher is just the best recover we have in item form post-rotation. It's either like this or Sacred Ash or Lana's Aid. This is obviously just better than those. We do have 1 Switch. Switch is nice for things like the Yveltal trapping. Sometimes they can try to go like Boss or Roserade after we discard all our energy with Draconic Buster. Being able to go like Switch, attach, attack still is quite important. Switch can just come up a lot of the time as well, saving an attachment early game or something like that. And then for tools, for freaking Cynthia's Power Weight, this thing is so sick. Plus 70 HP. If you're sad about Bravery Charm, if you're sad about Luxurious Cape going away, try the Cynthia's deck. You get a broken Bravery Charm here. 400 HP Garchomps, 170 HP Gabites, 140 HP Gables. You get 200 HP Roserades. Like, if you're playing against Pult, this can just protect your bench so easily. Stops get Garchomp from able to get one shot, and basically, unless they're attacking for weakness or like terminal perioding you, but they can't because you have your fighting energy. I don't know what's one-shotting Garchomp through this, quite honestly. Like, 400 is so much. And basically the only playable tool removal is Jamming Tower, which is way less popular post-rotation because so many powerful tools rotate, like Bravery Charm. For stadiums, we do have 2 Team Rocket's Watchtower. I do think this is probably just the best generic stadium to be playing post-rotation. I do think it usurps Jamming Tower as the best option. There's going to be a lot of Noctowl decks, and then Meowth is just huge post-row, so shutting off Meowth is just fantastic. And then for energies, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it's Stone Fighting. I actually don't know the full name of this, but this provides a fighting energy. And if it's attached to a fighting Pokemon, it does the same thing Mist does, stops all effects of attacks. So this is going to be fantastic into things like Alakazam, Mega Absol EX, things like Maractus, Yveltal, Mind Bend. There's a lot of things this just comes up on, and it's just a basic fighting energy once it's in play. I mean, sorry, it's a special, but provides just a fighting energy. So there's really no real downside to playing this. We have Hilda's to find it. Vessel rotates, so it's not a huge downside. We do play still 3 fighting energy, and then, like I said, the Neo Upper. Neo Upper may seem kind of silly. There are a lot of other good options like Secret Box, Prime Catcher, Unfair Stamp, just to name a few, but being able to just power up a Draconic Buster in one turn, go for a one-shot on something that they weren't expecting, is quite powerful. I find that the Garchomp honestly just has enough stats to get through most games, like 400 HP, hitting for 2 shots and 1 shots is usually just enough to get there. And if you're able just to power through, get that one-shot attack when you wouldn't otherwise be able to with the Neo Upper, especially with all the access Hilda provides. I'm pretty happy with this as a race spec for now. All that being said, this is the Cynthia's archetype in the post-rotation format. Bit of a beat stick deck, quite consistent. It's kind of slow in the start because you don't play rare candies, so maybe trying some rare candies, maybe a bit of a petrol engine or something like that could be interesting. Also, a lot of lists I've seen have been playing with the Force of Vitality to better set up Roserades more efficiently, but I find you can just kind of slow evolve them and it's fine. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Check out more of our videos for more profiles. We're going to have gameplay with this deck out until rotation. We got more content coming. So check us out. Give us a like, a subscribe, a comment, all that fun stuff. Check out our Twitter account. Check out my Twitter. Apparently Lucas doesn't have Twitter anymore. Probably smarter than me on that one. And then I got Metafy as well. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day.